I just got the 5070 and I've been comparing it to my 1070, which I've replaced it with. We're going to go through a few things like running Olarma, comparing the local language models versus some games, the frame rates. I'm also going to show an unboxing at the end if that's your thing. But the timestamps are all down below. Skip to whatever you want. Let's get into the video. First thing I ran was Ollama with ChatGPT's model GPT OSS 20B. I brought up the task manager to see if anything changes in the graphs. And the only thing I noticed is that the 1070 was using 2 decoders and the 5070 was using 1. I looked into this and basically it just means that the 5070 has a more efficient core versus the 1070, which is less efficient. But the graphs are basically the same. It basically maxed as much VRAM as it could. And of course, that's how they work. So you could imagine that the 5070 is more efficient. If we have a look at the results, what they tell us is that the 5070 was only 33% faster, which I'll be honest with you, I was slightly disappointed with. I thought it would be a bit more performant, especially because if you look at results in other places, it's meant to be a superior graphics card in many, many areas. Even so, the RTX 5070 has 50% more VRAM, which means it should have been 50% better, not 33%. So a little bit let down there. If you really did want to have better performance, you'd probably go for the 16GB models, not the 12. Moving on to some frame rates, the first thing I tested was Stranding, and this is the original one, not the brand new one. The very high frame rates was a big jump actually. It was about double on the 5070 versus what was on the 1070. So I'm pretty happy with those results. Here's a little bit of the gameplay for you to see. And if we have a look at Expedition 33, I played this on the 1070 and it did lag a lot and I had to have it basically on the lower settings. But with this new 5070, the performance is way better and you can actually have it playable on high settings. But if we have a look at the results from the 1070, you can see it's around 20 FPS when it's at medium settings and around 12 FPS on Epic, which is basically unplayable. However, when we go to the 5070, the results are much better. Medium is averaging around 70 FPS. You have then high around 60 FPS. And then I'd say Epic is around 55 FPS, which is a huge improvement over the 1070. And the last game I tested was Kingdom Come Deliverance. And again, this is the old one, not the brand new one. But as you can see, the frame rate is pretty much doubled. It's averaging around 45 on the 1070 and it's getting around 70 to 80 on the 5070, which is great. That's really playable compared to what it was before. So in terms of gameplay, I think it's way better. It's a huge upgrade and it does actually perform much better. But when it comes to doing things with large language models, it's only a minuscule upgrade. I wouldn't say it's anything huge. If you want to run some stuff offline, you probably want to get something a bit better. But for gaming, I think it works very well and is a good upgrade. Let's get into the unboxing. If that's something you want to see, you can see what's in the box, what it comes with, and how it's all packaged. I won't talk over it. I'll just keep it a nice, clean unboxing. But if you like this kind of content, subscribe. Let me know what else you want to see, and see you soon in another video.